Morning, 22nd of August 2026. I don't know today's song. It's something about being proved right. They're talking about assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Watch for people's actions. It's not what they say, it's what they do. Act on facts. Oh, use the facts. And we had somebody in something in the read about being in denial, didn't we, past few days. So maybe someone's been in denial for far too long, making excuses instead of looking at the facts. Let's see. Oh, Virgo, Sun. Oh, we're going into Virgo, that we're well done. 8th house of Scorpio, death and rebirth. So it's a new beginning because it's the 22nd. We're into, well, it still says Leo, but it isn't. It's Virgo, or it will be. Virgo's ascending, so it's coming up. And it's in the first house, so it's the face we show to the world, which is hypercritical of ourselves and others, really. So try not to make assumptions about people, but do watch their actions. I keep getting somebody's made up a version of what actually happened instead of the facts. Assuming you know all about somebody because of gossip, that type of thing. We're on a new journey and we've got to feel fear. Unless it's in reverse and then something's holding us back. Probably our assumptions. And it's in the first part, so it's massively important. It's feel the fear and do it anyway. Don't assume what people tell you is the truth. Yeah. Because we start off with somebody that's closed off, apathetic, refusing to accept something. Like I said, we're in denial. And it may be about love. There is a mutual, unconditional love here. Doesn't have to be romantic. And we have to feel the fear and go towards it because the Fool is facing that way. And they've both got sunshine there. Love has left the building in the other direction, gone. Somebody refuses to play the victim or the martyr anymore. He's got to go towards unconditional love instead. Because that way was a bad choice. You chose the wrong thing. Chose not to communicate because there's Mercury there. Gemini. We've got Zoe, we've got Katie and Richard there. Here we've got Kristen, Emily, Catherine, Susan, Aidan, Adam, Eve and Lily. First wives. So maybe somebody made a bad choice in the youth when they got married, been divorced a while, and now they're deciding to go where the love is. 6 or 24. A separation, perhaps. And the David Star, the Jewish face. There it is. It's Mercury retrograde. I don't think we've got another one too soon. Elaine might tell us. But it is someone that's been in denial, or is in denial. She sat there, getting wet, still in denial that she's stuck on a rock somewhere with nobody to save her. She has to make a decision, but she's maybe being, and this, just because I'm saying she, it's because there's a she on there, but it could be a fella. There's a storm brewing all around her, and she's still in denial. So 2 weeks we've got there, abandonment issues, emotional blackmail, or being blackmailed financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or physically, till you don't know what decision is the right decision. Well, we definitely get off the rock. That is the right decision. Love yourself unconditionally, and then no one is able to treat you badly. And the nightmare will be over. 9 weeks, no more sleepless nights, because the love is there. Cancer energy, 4th house, or just somebody with a loving cup. It is unconditional. It doesn't matter what's said or done. That love is always there. So Cancer is a biggie in Gemini, but Gemini's the biggest. So let's have a look. Gemini in Uranus. So there is going to be a rebellion. Somebody's going to turn their back on something. It's also the midheaven, and Cancer is in Ceres. Cancer's 11th house of wishes and dreams, so love there for wishes and dreams. That's what somebody wants, to be loved. And to love in return, that's the thing. But if you're not open to it, how can it find you? There it is again. So we have all the cards we need for this week. They're telling you, you're too apathetic, you're sitting there, doing nothing, stuffing your face, watching Netflix and expecting life to change. It's not going to, is it? Someone has to take action about what they're passionate about. This is Aries energy. This is the man that does what he says he's going to do, with a passion. He honours the dead. He takes action. And he is the fool, really. He's the first sign of the zodiac. He's the first one that'll jump in. And people look at him as if he's a fool, but he's not. He's very protective and very successful. And he's in the 8th house of death and rebirth. There we go. We've got in the dice. Pallas is in Aries. Neptune is in Aries. So the muck of the swamp. And Saturn is in Aries. The truth. So facing the truth. Somebody is already out of this situation in the head. Have escaped a long time ago. But now they have to physically do it. It's the crossroads again. We always come back to it, don't we? If you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome, that's insanity. You are being watched. Possible digital spies. It's truth that needs to be spoken about what's really going on. There's your enemy, the Gemini. You still have enemies. And that enemy may well be yourself, because you are not open to what is there. Spirit giving you the passion to show you what you need to go for. This is a gift, your passion, the edge for something. Action, one day. But somebody here knows it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to cause a massive, violent argument. It could be, like I said, knife crime, because I hate that card. But it is a violent argument, if nothing else. Somebody wants to win at all costs. They don't care how they do it. They'll cut their nose off to spite their face. Do you want to win or do you want to be happy? And there it is, the Tower. A massive blowout. We talked about it many times over the last week. Arguments, accents, losses within the home, actual losses of home. This is something being bent to the ground. It's a blessing in disguise. So whatever happens, whatever rocks your world, it is for a good reason. To make space for whatever is true. 16. Neptune. Neptune is in Aries. So there we go. It's explosive passion. And then we have the mother energy, external to this, your happiness, growth, growing of a soul, agriculture, the military, November the 11th, May the 31st. It's mothers, mother-in-laws, mothers of your children, but it is your happiness to be found elsewhere, not in this situation, because it's external to the read. It is growth. And you can't grow without pain. There's the pain. So, 16 is Chris, Mandy, and Neil. 3 and 30 is Abigail, Natasha, Greg, Elaine, Josh and Lauren. So we've got Mother in Spirit, she's telling you, how do you expect to ever find what you're looking for if you're not prepared to get off your ass? Because there it is, where you are, there is arguments with a woman. Mothers, mother-in-laws, mothers of your children. This is barren lands, it cannot grow. Outside of the situation, it can. Inside this situation, it's got no hope in hell. A big freeze. 3 and 30. So it's time to end this chapter, 21. This is bringing something to a conclusion, hopefully in a positive way. This is travel. This is roots, going back to your roots. But somebody here doesn't have the moral high ground. So they know that they have to put things right. There he is again. He's prepared to do what he says he's going to do. Put his money where his mouth is. Take action. Aries, positive energy. 21 is Bob and Dean. Again, it's like I say, it's travel. And there we have it again. Today's card in there, Katie, Zoe and Richard. Feel the fear, do it anyway, take a risk, make your wings on the way down. It is a new, frightening journey. And then, thank God, after 3 or 4 days, this person that was sent to the gates of hell by another is released. They are no longer letting the negativity in, financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally or physically. They're free. The tarot reader, the psychic, the medium, to speak their truth. 2 and 29. George, Marcia, Kelly, Elaine, Destiny Lee, Esme Rose, Alice and Beth. Freedom. Wishes and dreams cannot come true while you want to win at all costs, especially against love. Aquarius energy. 17. Alison, Fred. Aquarius energy. Sixth house of healing. So you cannot heal until you face that storm that she's in denial about. The storm is coming and you can't run away from it. You mustn't dim your light to fit in, to please other people. Issues with the ankles and legs. There it is. Finally someone realises they have to take a different path. This nightmare will never be over till they do. And then, beautifully, they bring the read to an end because now someone's finally open to what the truth really is. No more assuming, facing facts. It's very important. So, feel the fear and do it anyway. Call the bluff. Call them out. 8th house is death and rebirth. Funeral parlours. Scorpio. The snake. Last year, those born in the year of the snake. The twins, Destiny and Esme were born in the year of the snake. Destiny is what this is all about. Funeral parlours, cemeteries, labour wards, ancestral property, the colour black. Oh, very black today. Interactions, shared resources, birth, death, rebirth, regeneration, sexual unions, integration, self-sacrifice, expanded awareness, inheritance, and other people's money. Aries and Cancer, massively important, unconditional love and action. This is the point where we move beyond our self-awareness into something bigger. Death is met with one great certainty of life, and that most feared. But this isn't a physical death, I don't think. This is an ending. It's shared resources and monetary gain, things inherited. So someone realises maybe that inheritance has been stolen. Sun. Sun in Virgo. Competent self-expression. Practical but a perfectionist. Analytical, productive, functional and organised. The Sun in Virgo is committed and unperturbed by setbacks. So don't give up at the first hurdle and check your facts. Because Virgo is very factual. They need proof. Yesterday. Andros, a revealing message or insight. So, the truth. Someone, there's a messenger there, bringing the truth. Where is he? There he is, the young man. Signals inspiration, enthusiasm, speech, true vision, power of words, naming, blessing, and taking of advice. So somebody may be named after a blessing. Who knows? Andros, which I believe is the 4th. So, yeah. Trials, divine inspiration, Odin. So Wednesday, Odin's Day. Number 4. The Crow, Scorpio, death and rebirth. I know 4th, it will free me quickly if foes should bind me fast with strong chains. A chant that makes fetters fall from the feet and bonds burst from the hands. So somebody is finally free to make the decision. It is also the letter A or O, depending on how you spell a certain word, like Futhuk or Futhork. So someone, people, it's like, reminds me of that song, you say potato, I say potato, you say tomato. So they just don't see eye to eye. It's the faculty of speech. You must speak your truth. It's also issues with the mouth itself, the lips, the tongue, the throat, which will happen when you are not speaking your truth. And river mouths. Odin, the wise, one-eyed god of Asgard, so there may be issues with the eyes. For this reason, Andros is called the God Rune. Odin was considered to be the creator of the runes themselves. Andros shares his attributes, since Odin's companions were 2 ravens, Hugin and Munin, and thought and memory. These two, look back in your memory, people, show you who they are. These carrion birds are associated with answers as well as two fierce wolves. These two wolves always fighting within you, right and wrong. You have to keep the balance. The one that wins is the one you feed. It is said that Odin hung for 9 nights and from a windy ash tree, so the name Ashley could be important, and 9 weeks, I would say, of sleepless nights, but there we go. Yggdrasil, to learn the secrets, and the wild tree is Yggdrasil, of the rune, and the secrets are out. So somebody's learning the secrets of the runes. And the wood of the ash connected to answers. The sacrifice of Odin was repeated many times. There's the sacrifice. Many times you've given in and put yourself last. For this purpose, potential rune masters would put themselves through a grueling physical ordeal, and no one worth the salt who does divination ever has an easy life, because you'd be no good giving advice if you had an easy life. Hallucinogenic substances, so mind-altering drugs, maybe prescription or otherwise, and drug trials. Hence, Answers is connected with the properties of the fly agaric toadstool. I don't know if it was this one or the other page, the old page, which is back up because YouTube gives it back. I put a post on the toadstool. Just flick through the posts, not the videos, and you'll see it. This is a fast-changing situation, which it would be with all this Aries energy. You may find yourself in a set of new circumstances, with few clues, there you go, new journey, to the correct way to proceed. However, even though your conscious mind may be lost, the unconscious knows better. You just know. And you will use your dreams or your nightmares, whatever it is, and strange coincidences, and learn how they are trying to communicate their guidance. The influence of a helpful advisor will become a prominent feature in your life. This person is likely to be a male with a great deal of worldly experience and is probably of an older generation. The spoken word and the powers of persuasion are the basic meaning of this rune. It should be remembered that the rune in themselves, words of power, that the Song of Odin states, can make fetters fall from the feet. So as soon as you speak your truth, those bonds are broken. Thus, the appearance of answers ensures that you can use your wits and verbal dexterity to remove yourself from any restraints if you know or can learn the correct way to go about it. The God rune aspect of answers should not be ignored. A religious influence may be felt in some way, or you could feel touched by cosmic forces. So maybe seeing a tarot reader or a medium, something like that. Yeah. Spiritual ascension. Somebody is rising. Somebody is becoming more. They are growing. An aha moment, possibly the crown chakra. We spoke about that yesterday. Top of the head, the colour white. Massively important. So black and white is talked about. Facts are black and white. Face facts. You can't be in denial forever. Spiritual ascension is about experiences, not lessons. What did I say? You cannot learn how to be a psychic or tarot reader without life lessons. And it often means that lessons often mean that you've done something wrong and you have to learn from them. Yet experiences are simply that, experiences. Experiences provide a pathway to get to know yourself better and understand the bigger picture, which doesn't always have to focus on us as individuals. There is no magic formula for finding the path. There we are, the path less travelled. Or is it the crossroads? the escape. Oh, shake that. There is no magic formula for finding the path that best suits your spiritual growth, and for each of us, it's an individual journey that becomes our story. So shock, even though it might not be pleasant, may be the key to bringing you something better. We create our own dreaming, our own nightmares, our own sleepless nights, by walking our own track and learning from our own experiences. Sometimes we walk together with others down the exact same track and experience the exact same thing. However, what we learn from that journey can be entirely different and unique for each of us. Whilst you're having the same experience as others at the moment, don't worry that you are seeing things differently to them, because your evaluation of the situation is correct for you based on your understanding and the experience in your life journey. The differences don't make you right and them wrong, or vice versa. You need to create the environment to help others understand that there is no definitive answer to this situation, and that you can all support each other to respect everyone's unique point of view. If somebody isn't respecting your point of view, that's their problem, not yours. The issue is not a big deal anyway, it's just a storm in a teacup, and everyone is caught up in it, thinking their opinion is right and they want to win at all costs. This is going to blow up to something bigger. When everyone agrees to disagree, the situation will resolve itself and everyone will wonder what the fuss was about in the first place. But if you are wanting to control others to make them agree to your way of seeing things, that is a no-no. If somebody's doing it to you, again, it's a no-no. Sorry, but no. The first song was, before that was You Made That Up, but it's not an official song. I can't find it anywhere. So whether I've made it up, I don't know, but it's You Made That Up. You lied, basically, to win. So check the facts. If somebody tells you something or you hear some gossip, make sure you don't assume. He's just sticking together though. Says the Desert Prince, 19. False promises. Somebody's making something up. But they're doing it to survive. They're doing it to stop themselves losing something. So all is not as it seems. It's a mirage, number 19. 19 is the Karens of this world. When you stumble upon the Desert Prince, you receive a gift. Because the plant life that exists in the desert, the barren lands, is well defended, tough and succulent, even though it gets very little water, so somebody's not getting enough attention. In spite of external conditions, extraordinary life can form and thrive. Be tough and have courage and dare to dream, no matter what the circumstances. It may seem to be hard at times, but not only will you survive, but you will thrive if you don't dim your light. In spite of conditions, you'll succeed. Dry spells are also true tests of your faith and your courage. Expect nothing less than what is in your most precious dreams and watch the miracles manifest. Because if somebody is dragging you back, saying, you can't take that risk, you can't do this, they're telling you how to live your life. You can do whatever you want to do, and they're either with you or without you. But that's not selfishly. There is always compromises. But if you have to constantly compromise to their way of thinking, there is something wrong. And it's not right. Spirit don't like it. So jump off that cliff and make your wings on the way down. Take a risk. It will be worth it. It's a blessing in disguise, and whatever falls away, falls away. It wasn't meant to be there in the first place. Yeah. The harp, 33. Master number in reverse. Guinness and Ireland and angels. So this is a problem. 33. The harp is the instrument of the bards. There's the bard leaving, he's had enough. Keepers of the ancient tales of wonder and magic. So somebody's not allowed to speak. The ancient one, the tarot reader, the psychic. They tried to keep her quiet, but it didn't work. The word bard gets its meaning from to raise your voice in praise. So don't be putting people down, Virgo energy. Raise up. Tell them that you believe in them. It's the song of heroes. There's our hero, bloody Aries, stood on his thingy, and he's going to take that risk. Gallantry and cleverness. It's inspired listeners for centuries. The harp symbolises the acknowledgement of great deeds, setting a divine example and encouraging excellence in others. But you may be feeling that your own song is not being heard, yes, and that you need more recognition for your gifts, yes. Don't be afraid to speak up and to sing out. Praise, excellence, admiration. So, you've got Mammy Spirit, she's saying, well done. Don't listen to the nagbags and the liars. They're putting you down. Accept praise and give it freely in return. How do you pursue your personal excellence? I'll tell you how, by feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Perfect bloody read. Let's have a few prompts then. Time is running out, Spirit is saying. Tick tock. The time on the clock is 10:10. You're not being rewarded at the minute, and Spirit want you to be rewarded for what you love. So, you're not rewarded because you're not doing what you love. Concentrating on wealth. There we go. And Spirit don't like that because there are only 4 things they worry about. Your health, your happiness, that you're loved, and that you're free to do what you want. 4 things. The rest can come at any time. You can always earn money elsewhere. So, thanks for listening. Really good read. Perfect. Spot on. Speak soon. Bye-bye.